All right, so we have our embryo in view. Make sure the embryo is in the center of your screen. You're gonna lower your holding first because your holding is harder to break. We lower him down. We go over to the embryo, we push our button to get some capillary action, and he jumps right on there. Now we drop our biopsy pipette. And that should be somewhere where you left it after you've aligned appropriately. So now our needle is in focus, our embryo is in the center of the screen. Now we can drop it down to our objective. So we go to times 10, times 20, times 40, and then you want to land on big red. Okay, we want to make sure that there's the bottom because my needle's going right, just off the bottom because now my embryo is coming up with me. So then we move our camera to focus on the zona of the embryo, and our holding needle is all in focus. If your embryo starts to spin like it was just then, you see how it's kind of moving around? Lift it up a little bit. What that means is that your holding pipette doesn't have a complete seal on your embryo, probably because it's too low and the embryo is larger than your biopsy pipette, your holding pipette. Okay, so now we're going to orientate the embryo. And the same thing as we do with the ICSI, we're just gonna push into the hold here. And then we're gonna roll front to back to try to get a really good angle on that embryo. Now our ICM is sitting right there at 6 o'clock. I'm gonna make sure that the embryo is sitting right there. Now I pull a really good hold with my holding needle. So I'm gonna go 1, maybe 2 turns to try to get that zona and the embryo to invaginate into the holding pipette. That means you've got a good secure seal on your embryo. Bring over here, you need to bring up your laser, which is by pushing this sun button. And for me, I'm gonna move it over here so I can see it better. And you wanna be between 5 and 600 for your biopsy laser pulses. So 597 is fine. So now I'm going to put my target where I first wanna make my first pulse, and I think down here looks good. It's thin. It's right where the opening of the zona is, so I might just go there. I'll leave it there. Don't push it yet. Now you're going to come over with your biopsy pipette and just start to aspirate a tiny little bit, just so he lips in there. And then you give your first laser pulse, and everything's going to collapse and go flying up your needle, just like that. So then you move your biopsy pipette into the piece. You aspirate a little bit more, and if you can stretch your cells out, you'll find your next cell junction that you can hit. So I'm going to go right there. There's my second one. I'm going to go maybe here between these two pieces, right there. Now, this is going to be the tap method. So now I'm going to show you, I've got a good hold, I've got good tension on my embryo. Now I'm going to tap the holder with a pen, just like this. Now you can see on the screen that it's starting to come away just from tapping. And there you go. You pull it away, might have to do a little bit more tapping, but you'll want to try to get that off. There's your piece, and there's the rest of your embryo. And you'll spit the rest of that piece out, just like that. Okay?